Doc Loves the Kids, a local Kitsap County nonprofit organization established in 2015, whose mission is to provide activities, programs, and community support for at-risk youth.
They put the U in community.
Doc Loves the Kids.
Welcome to Uncommon Courtesy,
where we give you the courtesy of conversation
that's uncommonly spoke of.
I'm D-Mac.
I'm Wesley.
And this is the show. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to catch us on our other shows every Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific time on the Friday Fix. Throughout the week on Plays and Parlays and Civil Discourse with Wes and Philly Steve.
Steve gonna be mad about that.
My bad. Steve from Philly. I like that name. I think it's pretty dope. You should be like Steve from Philly. People are like, I like Steve from Philly. I like Steve from Philly. I think it's dope.
Hey man, so it's been another hell of a day in the news today. Some stuff we don't even have time to catch up and touch on. I just want to throw it out there real quick.
Yeah.
As far as I know, Elon Musk came out and basically said that this bill is horrible. This is the worst abomination. I couldn't hold it any longer. And I'm thinking, you're just saying this to try to get everybody, you know what I'm saying, stop being mad at you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We ain't fucking with you. I mean, excuse my language. We ain't messing with you no more, brother. It's a wrap, bro.
You cooked.
You know what I mean?
You cooked.
You did what you did.
And don't worry, every time that you post about Elon Musk, someone's going to track it, folks. Donald Trump's reported database move sparks alarm. Dystopian. President Donald Trump alleged plans on developing a database of America's private information, according to the New York Times. On Friday, the Times reported the White House had contracted Colorado-based data analytics and technology firm Palantir. Did I say that right?
I think so.
Palantir. Yes, co-founded by longtime Trump backer Peter Thiel, for assistance in compiling a database of personal information on American citizens. Citing unnamed government officials and Palantir's employees, the newspaper said that the company had been in talks with various government agencies regarding the project, including the Social Security Administration and Department of Education. When approached by Newsweek for comments of the report, White House spokesperson Taylor Rogers said, without explicitly confirming the report, President Trump signed an executive order to eliminate information silos and streamline data collection across all agencies to increase government efficiency and save hard-earned taxpayer dollars. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when I first came across this article, I was not thinking of it because I'm not seeing what they're doing. What they're doing, they're going to collect all your data, everyone's data, social media, school data, your phone data, your TV data, health, everything, and put it into one file. So they have all these files on you, and they're going to run algorithms with AIs, and they can either find people that are going to be troublemakers in the future, people that are troublemakers now. You know what I'm saying? They can tell about your health. They can do a lot of stuff. This is basically extreme government overreach.
And look who they're doing it with. I mean, we got to remember who all these people are. You already got Elon Musk. I mean, yeah, he pretending to go back and sleep on the couches in the manufacturing rooms in Tesla, whatever he got going on. But yeah, this is Peter Thiel, man. We talked about this dude already. This is an extremist right here. This dude comes from and has a Nazi-ish background from South Africa, just like Elon Musk. You know what I mean? His family was okay with apartheid. Elon Musk was, probably Peter Thiel. They're both from there. Now think about also, they both were part of the PayPal mafia when it all first came out as well too. Now think, I mean, what does Elon Musk have? He has SpaceX. He has, all the things. He's looking to put chips. I don't know if it's I can't remember the name of the company. He's looking to put chips inside of people's head. Now you're going to have your cohort here with all the information already. He's going to have all the information that, from every American. This is kind of getting scary. Who else is Peter Thiel's protege?
I don't know.
JD Vance.
Really?
He's the one who funded JD Vance. This is the guy who they talked about from the beginning, who funded JD Vance's rise through him making the book. All the jobs that JD Vance had, we talked about before. This was the guy. Remember when JD Vance got fired from all the jobs and he gets $100 million to start some type of a slush fund, pretty much for financial investments. This was the guy. You know what I mean? Yeah. And this is the guy who brought him to Trump after he talked all that junk about Trump. This is who brought him to Trump. It was Peter Thiel. People don't realize what's happening here. That's why when you said that, I looked over like, are you serious? Like,
well, I know what's happening. See, what they all did is they put all their differences aside for the greater of the Caucasian species. Basically,
that's what it boils down to. Right?
They're like, look, we don't care what we do. We're going to make sure that we survive at the end of the day, and nobody else does.
And that's and they're like they're believe that they're holding the guard to that. It's like the Crusades of back in the day. Most people believe that they were doing this for the greater good of whatever they were doing it for. These people believe this for their race. This is why they're doing it. This is the guard right here. Whoever else comes after them will be the guard who looks at them and say, they did this to help us. Let's take this to the next level. You know what I mean? Like this is, I don't think we really realize how big what's going on is.
And they're trying to act like, they need this Iron Dome, right? To keep enemies out. We're not getting attacked like that. That Iron Dome is going to be here to keep you inside because you're going to try to leave and flee, and they're not going to let you flee the continent. They're going to use you for stuff. I mean, I know all the people that voted for this. This is like the opposite of what they wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Collect all your data, get all your information. Everything. I mean, this is playing Big Brother, and at the same time, you got Scott,
Department of Education, all the way up to Social Security.
What's the name of Elon Musk? What's the name of his satellite system?
Starlink.
Starlink. You know what I mean? Like, where are we going? He's making robots. This dude's got him. You know what I mean? Like,
he's making police robots. They got the Starlink. The Elon Musk has 3/4. He owns 3/4 of all satellites in the sky. 3/4 of all of them in the sky. They have Starlink. They're going to have this whole database about you. They're going to have an Iron Dome around the states. I mean, they're setting up, and then
these are foreigners too. At the same time, let's not forget these are so-called Americans. These are just like Bannon said. You're not a real American. They're not. Neither of them are. Neither of them two were born here. But he's going to give him all the information, all of our information. Like, this tells you who your president is.
And that's what's wrong with America these days, is because there's people that aren't from here, that aren't from America, that are coming in here and having influence on what we're doing, and it's tearing us apart.
We need to talk about this more, man. This is like crazy when you really, I didn't realize that's who he's having do it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, like, we talk so much about pro-America this, pro-America that. None of y'all are. How can you be when this person's about to basically like dredge up all of our information,
it's not about
consolidate them?
America is the word they use to get people to cheer, like when Hulk Hogan rips open his shirt.
Yeah,
it's about white nationalism.
Absolutely,
and that's everywhere.
I call it. That's a pretty name for it. White nationalism.
Yeah,
that's a pretty name for it. That's what that is. I don't even like. There's no such thing in my book. There's no such thing as white. There's just not. You're European. That's what you are. It's fine for you to be that. That's okay. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, that's what this is. It's European nationalism. But bigger than that, it's just, it's racism. It's like a purity of a race, or keeping your race alive, which I'm not, no one's mad about you doing that, but don't do it at everyone else's expense on everyone else's dime. Well, that's what this is about.
Think about this. It's been on everybody else's expense and everybody else's dime.
Absolutely.
Then when it started to get away from that, it was like, wait a minute, like I always say that in COVID. Like, a lot of people, they like to have that power over people. Think about when COVID hit, people were upset because they couldn't get haircuts. They couldn't go to restaurants. So they want to go to a restaurant and have someone serve them the food. Bring it to me like this, just like I like it. People like to have even if it's a minuscule piece of power over you, people like to have that.
Do you think that that's what going to a restaurant means? Because I used to think it means I didn't want to cook food at home. That's how I looked at it. I never looked at it like, hey, bring this to me, serve this to me. I'm very kind to people.
I'm a cook.
I'm very kind to people when they bring me food. I'm always like, thank you very much. I'm trying to be overly kind to a person who's serving me food at the same time, because I just didn't want to cook. That's just a lot of work. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to do all this work.
I get upset because I go out to eat, right? And then I come home, then I'm hungry again. I mean, if I eat at home.
You're hungry all the time, though, ain't you, sometimes?
Yeah.
I'm just messing with you.
I am, though.
Sorry, brother.
I am. And they'll know all that inside this information because they about to gather everybody's information. And a lot of y'all ain't gonna make it.